Welcome to Good News Week, and the big news? Anarchy! Anarchy! The Federal Police Commissioner says the economic crisis is likely to overtake terrorism as the main threat to Australia. Of course. You know, terrorism's been much less of a problem since we lost the war on terror. Apparently jobless, hungry, debt-ridden people have a tendency to vent their disapproval, so the cops will be cracking down on this new threat to the community. Hang on, that is the community. The feds are studying a British model to combat crime. It's called the Bill. They now know policing involves really respecting the black cop and really understanding the gay cop and being really shocked by the bent cop and really trying to root the blonde cop while the villains steal the squad car. One idea we may adopt is gauging the level of community dissent through regular surveys. You measure the level of community dissent by how close your dissent measuring guy can stand to the community before he's hit with a brick. But the most exciting news, the news we've all been waiting for. Tomorrow night is budget night. It's just like the Logies, except everyone's a loser. Well, it's just like the Logies. For weeks, the government has been warning of savage cuts. For example, instead of a 300-page document, the entire budget is written on the back of a beer coaster in Wayne Swan's blood. The single-age pension will increase, so now's the time for all you oldies out there to use that pillow on your partner. And Kevin Rudd wants to deliver a third stimulus package. This one will include a life jacket, a torch and a whistle for attracting... There are tough times ahead. This year, the Australian economy will shrink faster than the global average, which I think means the planet will end up puckered like an anus around about Alice Springs. That's a beautiful image, isn't it? But it's not all bad news. The government is also using tomorrow night to launch its new chain of environmentally friendly retirement homes, Soylent Green Gables. Things could be worse, though. Yeah, and pigs might flu. And that's the good news!
It's good news week. Someone dropped the bomb somewhere, contaminating the atmosphere and blackening the sky. It's good news week. Someone found a way to give the rotting dead a will to live, go on and never die. It's good news week. It's good news week.
Thank you, good evening. Tonight, because at least we've got our health, the scallywag Claire Hooper. From the UK, the tall drink of water that is Stephen K. Amos. And he's a stand-up master, the host of Spicks and Specks, and a greater force for world peace than the UN. Adam Hills! And they're begging for change from the human stimulus package, Mikey Robbins. Coming soon to the Metro in Sydney with her latest show, Don't You Know Who I Used to Be? The Daggy Diva, Julia Morris. And from the US, the coolest comedy cat on the planet, the original and best, Tony Woods. How are you, Stephen?
I'm very, very well.
Oh, good.
I'm just looking at Tony, just going, oh! Because I still don't know what's going on.
So you thought you were coming in today for a
newspaper interview.
Yeah, maybe a bit more communication.
Right.
I'm now working out why you didn't turn up for a show called Spicks and Specks.
Because I don't like knife fights. It's a little language barrier.
Where?
Well, I'm here for the Cracker Comedy Festival. That's wrong. He just invited me to some Spicks and Specks. That's wrong. The whole loogie thing. That's...
And earlier I told him he was a spunk, and he got very concerned.
Yeah. That can mean other things in other countries, I've heard.
It's messy.
It's messy, certainly is messy. And how are you?
I'm well.
Yeah?
I'm very well. It's nice to be here.
Oh, good.
Nice to be with Stephen.
Oh, thank you,
To be
Adam.
with Claire.
Oh, thanks. He is really nice,
isn't he nice? That's the nicest thing that's ever happened on this show.
That's a sad, sad sign.
So, shall we get stuck into the horror? Yes?
Yeah.
OK. Get over and done with. Act 1 is What's the Story? Claire, Stephen, Adam, time to shine.
Oh, hello.
Oh, is that a...
It's an alpaca.
Dog. That's a
Yeah.
dog.
Oh, beautiful little doggy.
Oh, Pigfoot.
No,
Paws, are they like...
I think that's a little doggy paw.
Is it?
Yeah, that was a
No.
dog's paw.
Was it?
Yeah, because the pigs have hooves.
Trotters. Trotters.
Okay, sorry, I might need to put this another way. You know a camel toe?
Even I know a camel toe.
I like this. We've had Adam Hills on the show for 2 minutes and we've brought him down to our level.
Strap yourself in, kids. It's old Uncle Potty Mouth tonight.
Don't think we need pedophilia material. I've made myself laugh now. Let's move on.
So,
Tell you what, that is, if you're saying strap yourself in, kids, that's the laziest pedophile ever. Take care of it yourself, let yourself out, there's cordial in the fridge.
Actually, while you're at it, write your own ransom note.
I haven't come here for this.
Let's get back into the question.
Right. So we've got some sort of
Hoof.
chemical...
No, it was a paw.
Not a hoof.
Do you want it to be a swine flu story?
No.
Because we can work out a way.
Do you know, I've noticed that in the past couple of weeks, the best thing to do in public, especially sitting on a plane, is to sneeze, but to just do this, go, achoo!
I know. I've flown a couple of times this week, and it's the best way to get room to yourself, isn't it?
Oh, my God. No, the best way is to have a shit. In that enclosed space.
Is there any chance of this team answering the question at any stage?
I do take point of order there from Mikey Robbins. Could you just stay focused
It's
on the
quite
dogs?
obvious.
They were dogs.
They showed the little dog paws. They were glowing red, and indeed, as a demonstration of how you can alter the genetic material of a living creature, they have bred, they being South Korea, have bred beagles that glow red in the dark.
Are you sure it wasn't the trailer for the new movie Snoopy Goes to Chernobyl?
I'm going to stop them there. 10 points to take them into the game, ladies and gentlemen. Extraordinary. Using cloning techniques, South Korean scientists have unveiled 4 beagles with thinner skin that glow red. Finally, some good news for nocturnal postmen. Not only that, but their tail acts as an on-off switch. So when they're happy, it's like a strobe light. The real question is... why not? The beagles look normal, but glow red under ultraviolet light. The scientists hope the technique will help develop cures for human diseases, such as ultraviolet beagle bite. They also make the perfect night light for kids who are scared of the dark. Unfortunately, most of them are also scared of thin-skinned beagles that glow red under the bed.
I have a question. If the dogs glow red,
Yes.
how do they sleep? Because surely they're always glowing. Like, surely there are 4 beagles in South Korea going, yeah, nice work, dickhead, how about an eye mask?
They would have their own eyelids, would they not? No one's cut off their eyelids. Oh, my God.
No, Adam makes the point, but their eyelids would be glowing red.
I think it's mainly the paws and underbelly of the creature.
Don't say that word.
You could use the dog as an itty-bitty book light and it could just lean over your book like that. And then you can read in the dark.
I'd love to think in the laboratory there's one really frustrated scientist looking at all of them when they brought in and just went, oh, for the love of God, I said come back with 6 red-hot bagels.
Does mean. It means, and this is a cultural fact, the Koreans have finally gotten bored with cooking them.
Did anyone see the story during the week of the chihuahua that was picked up by a wind gust and blown away?
Actually, there's a famous story from Newcastle about a chihuahua that was taken by a pelican.
I've got to say, when me and my sister were kids, we weren't allowed pets at all. But then we badgered our parents and they got us 2 twin cats, Mimi and Mumu. But Mumu had a bowel problem. Oh. Kept shitting and pissing everywhere. Even on our beds, which took the heat off me. But then... my dad cleaned up the house and took Mumu to the vet, had her put to sleep, comes back to the house, opens the door, steps in a pile of shit. He'd taken the wrong cat.
Oh, these are fascinating, sad stories of childhood. We're going to move on with the Happy show. Mikey, Julia, Tony.
Yes, mate.
Take control.
Please, someone has to. Oh, all right. Is
that an iPhone?
Oh, it's a nice shuffle. It's an iPod.
Yeah. Oh, radio. Oh, hello.
Oh, my God. Don't do that again.
No.
Oh, don't do that again.
What's
that?
ちゃんは仕事北海道ですね。
OK, you went to the Disneyland in Hokkaido.
No. But I know this story. Do you know it?
I know it. That's the dude who ate the dog.
Do you know it?
The Japanese are always one step ahead with technology. It's the latest. It's the latest way to play with your iPod.
Yeah.
Yeah, you knock
And you
yourself
know
out.
what? You can totally turn it off and on by winking or by doing this.
Yeah, but see, here's my thing. If you hit shuffle, it's going to look like you've got Tourette's.
They do have it before we start getting freaky again. Thanks to a new gadget from Japan, you could soon be changing the music on your iPod with a wink, a smile, or a raised eyebrow. Ooh. You can start your iPod by sticking out your tongue, or skip to the next song by opening your eyes really wide. And as an added bonus, you'll always get 2 seats on the bus.
I'll tell you what, that is so much better than Stephen's method.
And it's not just iPods. You'll be able to switch on room lights by just moving your face. It's similar to a system I have at home, where I'm able to switch on lights just by moving my finger. So after one twitchy round of Good News Week, the Hooper team are on 10 points, the Robbins team are on 10 points. Coming up, the return of the couch.
It's Good News Week.
Thank you. Enough. During the break, as we tightened each other's bare... Hi. Julia.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, that's all right.
You know that Hilsey was
Yes.
the compere of my first gig 19 years ago. About a week ago was our anniversary.
It was. It was. I was comparing and this little J-Mo came out and we all went, oh, this poor little girl from the Central Coast of New South Wales won't know what she's doing. She's a poor little fragile thing. And then she walked on stage, blitzed the room for 5 minutes and we all went, that bitch.
It must be our anniversary as well. I worked with you in London about how many years ago?
9 years ago.
9 years ago, and you were so divine.
You guys are not dying. Sorry to say, it's exciting to be here.
Well, it's just like Richard Pratt's deathbed.
Oh, can I just ask?
Yeah.
Everyone is now revering this guy.
Yeah.
But did he not... Was he not involved in prize fixing?
No.
There was a man called John Elliott who spoke in his defence, which is kind of like being charged with sexual harassment and getting Sam Newman to be a character witness.
And I can only put down the enormous feeling of love in the show tonight to the Hilsey effect. Just seems to be radiating out from him, the nostalgia and the wonder. During the break, as we tightened each other's belts, both teams were given 3 clues to a recent strange but true story. Hooper, Amos and Hills have sugarcane. Ah, unimpressed. We also have an older person.
How are you enjoying the show, Nana?
What show? Where am I?
Does little Richard know you've got his hair?
And this.
Now, I'm
wow.
going to need a bit of a hand from everyone here. I need a bit of a huh. Can you give me a huh? OK. And maybe a bit of J-Mo. You might be able to help me out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, 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 oh. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those guys were fast as lightning. Oh, in fact, it was a little bit frightening.
Don't hit a lady, please.
An expert timing.
Wah, wah, hoo.
Oh, oh, oh.
Sexy kung fu fighter.
Oh, oh, oh.
Oh, man. I know 2 people I'm not going to get to defend me in a dark alleyway.
Yeah, or in a karaoke contest.
And Robbins, Morris and Woods got...
I'm just trying to figure out where the batteries go.
I know.
Yeah, I know too.
Yes. Deodorant.
Hi, Mum.
I thought you were Telly Savalas.
I love the way your foreskin has just come down.
I mean, why don't you just buy me a T-shirt that says dickhead?
Well, you have got that on. We also have jeans.
Oh, they're a bit much.
You know, I feel like I'm watching television. I feel like I'm not here because I keep pinching myself like this is not happening.
Well, you must have seen a show where a grown man wears a roll-on deodorant on top of his head before. Kerry O'Brien does this all the time.
I love that it's got a clasp to stop it from coming off.
You need that when you're going to inseminate a hippo. And finally, this.
I hope I don't cry. They say we're young and we don't know. Won't find out until we grow. Well, I guess that's 'cause we don't have a lot. I'm thinking about all the things we've got. Babe, I've got you, babe. I've got you, babe. I've got you, babe. I've got you, babe, too.
I'll tell you what. Why wasn't this used during Fashion Week? This would drive women crazy.
It does, it does.
Hey, that should be the theme song for the swine flu.
Yeah, I've got you, babe. Oh, yeah.
This is Couch Potato, the interrogation game of comfort and joy. Tony Woods! Come and lay down beside me. There you go. Oh, yeah. Interesting approach to the couch.
I think he was trying to leave.
Yeah, interesting.
It's not as comfortable as it looks.
So, are you still watching television?
Yeah. It's getting freaky now.
So, when did you arrive in Australia?
Is this part of the questions?
No. Well, it is a question. I'm just chatting at the
Okay.
moment. Do you want to talk about anything before we start the questions?
If I can really talk, right? It's
Yeah.
like freaky stuff happening here. There's a lot of animals. I mean, like, animals I never... I thought the wombat was a dog. And but not and I'm really not making a joke. I saw this dog, and they said he had a pocket, and I was like, good. Because in America, you have to walk behind your dog and pick it. And so I'm like, well, you could just...
I think maybe we should just get stuck into the questions now. We're going to play a word association game.
Yeah.
Just say whatever comes into your head.
Help.
And we're going to start now. Hair.
None.
Holland.
You can't say all that stuff out loud.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, Holland?
Holland.
Bicycles.
That's it? You're going to leave it there on bicycles?
Well, sex, man, what?
Sex and bicycles?
No, ride your bike to get sex. In Holland.
And then walk home alongside it afterwards.
Midget.
Fun. But heavy.
Divorce.
I'm gonna beat up your brother. You know, because I can't, like, really hit her, so...
Fairy tales.
Hookers.
Does this tie in with Holland, midgets and divorce at all?
Well, she was dressed like Red Riding Hood, right? She showed up to my room going to someone else's room. And I'm like, well, it's like getting the wrong pizza delivery, but you're going, you know, I'm hungry.
MySpace.
Be careful.
And why?
Because some of those blind dates are really like you should be blind. You don't look anything like your profile picture. A lot of people say that.
But I think it's time to go a little bit deeper. What annoys Tony Woods?
Australian television.
Hey, I like the honesty. Do you ever get jealous of your brother Tiger?
I get tired of punching people who say that.
Well, it's certainly taken a downward turn. What made you apply for dental school?
How'd you know that?
I do my research.
Man, I was 18. I just wanted girls.
Yeah, it's a good way through the mouth, isn't it?
Well,
Oh, come on.
my dentist was cool. I had a dentist and he put the gas on you.
Yeah.
And I just, you know, it was fun, you know, getting the gas. And then I remember him with the female patients and he'd always touch them. Like, well, no, not like that. But you know, when you're like 14, you just want to touch women. I did.
If you could get paid for sex, what would you charge?
I mean, because you don't want to go crazy, because it's like you got to have, you know, a good deal. You're like, oh, it's this much, you know. Like 2,000.
If that camera was a woman you had a crush on, how would you make her come to you?
I'd say I'd charge 2,000, but I'm gonna let you go for free.
If God exists, what would be the first thing you'd say to him in heaven?
Was that a trick when you put me on that show?
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please thank Tony Woods?
It's Good News Week.
Adam Hills. Couch.
I've kind of been transfixed the whole time Tony was there. There are straps here with buckles on the back. And I've been trying to work out what you use them for, McDermott. And then suddenly I worked out what it is. I've worked out what it is. You just...
And look a little bit more frightened and it works for me.
Bring out the gimp.
Are you going to spend the whole interview like that? Because I think the people at home would love it. Shall we start with word association?
Let's.
Okay. Loftus.
Home.
Radio.
All right, we're catching up with the Black Thunders. They're on the roads right now. They've got icy cold cans of Coke, tickets to see Mariah Carey next Tuesday. Rock on down.
Ireland.
Guinness poo.
I've been there.
Have you? Yeah, when you drink lots of Guinness the next morning.
It's an interesting... It does clean you out, doesn't it?
Oh. Mine took 2.5 minutes to come out and had white foam on the top.
But it's lovely when it settles. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, you speak truth.
You have to do half of it and then wait 5 minutes before you finish the other half.
It's also known as the black anaconda.
Logie.
One day.
Inflatable.
Boy. Oh, you made that dirty. It's my favourite joke in the world. See, there's an inflatable boy that goes to an inflatable school where all the teachers are inflatable, all the students are inflatable, all the buildings are inflatable. Then he gets into trouble for bringing a pin to school. And the headmaster says, "You've let me down, you've let yourself down."
Sign language.
Sign language?
Sign language.
OK, this is my... I'm going to respond in sign language.
OK.
With a sign.
OK.
It's my favourite piece of sign language ever. It only exists in Australian Sign Language. In no other country in the world will you see that sign. And it means, fuck you, fuck the lot of yous. Middle finger.
Oh, middle finger, that one. Oh, now you've learned something, haven't you? Heather Mills McCartney. That's a demonic cackle.
But you know what really annoyed me when Heather Mills McCartney started going out with Paul McCartney and got married, and everyone went, "Oh no, be nice, and don't make jokes about the leg, don't make jokes about the leg, because you know she's married to a Beatle, and it's lovely, it's lovely. She's married to a Beatle, don't make jokes about the leg." And then when it turned out she was a bit maybe unhinged, everyone went, "Oh, that one-legged bitch." But my problem with that is why, if she's a bitch, call her a bitch. Yeah. But don't suddenly make fun of her having one leg just because she's a bitch. Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
Be, you know, consistent, people.
On this show, we did make fun of her you know, before she was known to be a bitch.
Oh, really? So even when everyone loved her, you still stuck the boot in?
Oh, yeah.
Nice work. Thanks.
Nice.
Give me some of that.
Nice, yeah. Respect. I like the use of stuck the boot in.
I believe Sir Paul did as well.
I heard those rumours. They couldn't possibly be true, though, could they?
What? Really? She...
Sodomised... No, OK.
Wow.
With their own...
I mean,
No,
you can.
This will be...
Depends
Really?
how- really?
Oh, really?
Depends how- yeah.
We're moving. I think we're moving on.
Oh, look.
But we will talk later.
Yeah, I've stumped many a lady.
If you're happy and you know it.
Can I tell you a story? It's dead set true.
I was hoping you'd tell us a story. Should we light a campfire just there?
My Lord. Dead set. Well, she started singing. I was staying at Ross Noble's place, comedian's place in London, and another comedian called Brendan Burns turned up, and he knocked on the door. I walked to the door, I'd woken up, and apparently I said the Aussiest thing he'd ever heard, which was, hang on, I've just got to put my foot on. And he went, oh, I've got to see this. I have an artificial foot, Tony, just so you know.
Okay.
Good.
Quite frankly, nothing's freaking him out anymore.
And, you know, and if you're interested, also a Red Riding Hood outfit. So...
from one who knows, it's a wicked combination.
So, Brendan Burns walked in, looked at my foot, and it's missing a little bit at the end, and he went, oh! And then the next night we were driving to a gig, Brendan and he went, so, has a woman ever asked you to put it in her? And I went, oh, God, no! He went, oh, all right. So you've never put it in a woman? And just for the fun of it, I said to him, that wasn't the question you asked me. And he went, oh! Oh, you stump women! Whoa! And this went on for like 18 months. He followed every time I did a gig. If he was in the back behind the stage, you'd hear, you stump women! Whoa! I get messages on my phone. You have 2 new messages. Beep! You stump women! Whoa! It ended on the day I had an audition for a film, and Mel Smith was the director. Mel Smith of Alas Smith and Jones, and was the albino in Princess Bride, and this amazing English comedian. And I walked in, and I was really nervous. I've never had a film audition before. And I sat down. It was for a role of an Australian lawn bowls player. And I sat down and I thought, OK, Mel Smith, don't say the wrong thing. And he just looked at his bio and went, so, Adam, apparently you stumped women.
He gets around, Burnsy. He gets around. Let's go deeper. Oh, bad. Bad after out there. Hey. Come on, fella. Get down. Get down. What are the hills alive with?
Right now, Barocca and coffee. Seriously, my urine is like a South Korean beagle.
What does the name of your production company, Dick the Horse, come from? Or where does the name of your production company, Dick the Horse?
Well, he could hardly call it Stump the Horse.
It actually came about because one year, whilst watching Carols by Candlelight, my grandmother misheard Deck the Halls. And she thought we were all going to sing a song called Dick the Horse.
Fa-la-la-la-la.
Yeah, in fact, we then we made up a song. Dick the horse eats lots of lollies. Fa-la-la-la-la.
If you had won the Gold Logie,
Yep.
what would you have done with it?
I would have taken it to the house of every other nominee, all worthy, all lovely people, and gone, in your face, Bassingthwaite, you mole!
Finish this sentence. Adam would never... Finish this sentence.
Knowingly wake up next to Stephen K. Amos.
And yet it happened again.
What will you do when your boyish good looks fade?
Yeah, host a topical news quiz show.
Darling!
Oh, I didn't know we had whiskey before the show.
Nice, you look good together. Oh, man, I wish there was a three-person couch. 3 words to sum up your life so far.
Stephen K. Amos.
This is going to be a fun one. It's the last one. If that camera was a woman you had a crush on...
Back off!
How would you make her come to you?
Ebony and ivory.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Hills and Stephen K. Amos. Coming up, Hotspot.
It's good
Hotspot is the name of the game. Before the show, we asked the studio audience to write down some questions about the news of the week. Our players must now answer those questions on the Hotspot Hooper team. What do you bring to a dinner party to make sure you never get invited again?
Stephen K. Amos?
Does anyone else want to crack?
Yeah,
Anyone
I've
else want to
got
crack at that?
2 bottles of wine and a rugby league player.
Anyone from the Robbins team? Anyone from the Robbins team want to crack at it?
See, I've only got new baby stuff. I was going to say breast milk. The lattes.
What would your budget cut back on? Anybody?
Oh. The Parliament. Just get rid of them all, girl. Every one of them. Get rid of them.
It would have to cut back on the guy that does the superannuation ads. Have you seen that guy? Who is that guy? Who is he? Who is this guy?
Bernie Fraser.
I want to see Bernie Fraser at home going like... Oh, I think I've arrived.
What's the best way of encouraging Australians to only have one child?
Oh! Have one child.
Mimi McPherson.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
What steps are you taking to avoid swine flu?
Staying away from fat girls.
And we're staying away from Tony.
Man!
You're getting the hang of Australian television.
I'm just trying to boost my immunity in preparation by licking lots of fat chicks. Oh, don't do it.
Don't forget www.clairelicksfatchoc. Just go to the website. It's fantastic.
What's a good use for a luminous beagle?
They're perfect for the airport, so in case you're carrying any fancy jazz cigarettes, you can see them coming.
Yeah. And also, too, they will stay illuminated during the cavity search. Because it's dark up there.
In fact, you could walk one through the airport looking at people going, yeah, he just sniffed Ben Cousins.
I think of people who, with those dogs, always bring them back to me, like, again, like, are you sure?
What do you want to come back as in the next life?
I think I'd like to come back as Pauline Hanson. Yeah.
Yeah, same mind, same attitude, same body?
And belt.
Oh.
Yeah.
Surely if you came back as Pauline Hanson, you'd have this overwhelming urge to kick yourself out of the country.
I think you'll find, Mr. Hills, if I came back as Pauline Hanson, I'd be a really, well, rather ugly white woman. Oh, I say it like I see it. And so I wouldn't want to kick myself out of the country because I would think that I belonged, whereas I don't.
Wow, it's like Back to the Future with interesting overtones. Come on, if you were a pirate, what would you name your boat?
The Black Willie.
We're gonna...
Black Willie too.
White dinghy.
I'm not even going into that.
That was... Ladies, you wanna... Surely you've got a little fella in a boat? Thank them all, ladies and gentlemen, please. That's it for the horror. It's over. Strange but True is next. Time to find out what our teams have done with their strange but true clues. Claire, Steve and Adam, you had the sugar cane. The older person?
All my life I've had to fight. I ain't gonna fight no more.
And this?
This little tune I picked up in Southeast Asia. I hope you like it. Everybody was a kung fu fighting. Those cats were fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening. They fought with an expert timing. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo.
Sexy kung fu fighter.
Yeah. I know you were singing that to Julia there, but you were presenting to me again. It's just the second time you've done that on the show.
And yet, have I ever got a Logie for Best Presenter?
No. What do the clues mean? What's the story?
OK, so sugarcane,
Sugarcane.
an old person, and kung fu fighting. Is Dame Edna teaching martial arts to Queensland farmers?
I don't think that's that far from the truth. Because I saw a great thing about a new kind of self-defence course being taught to the elderly in the States. I'm sure it was in the States, where they're teaching them to use their cane for protection.
Yeah, but you see, here's the problem. They pull out a cane, they pull out a walking frame.
Yeah.
It just escalates.
And then somebody's just whirling a colostomy bag around their head. Shit hits the fan!
Anyone who can't swim, grab a chair.
So they're teaching classes in cane fu. Oh, adorable. Just because it sounds cute doesn't mean it's not deadly.
Cane fu.
Cane fu.
So that song should be Everybody was cane fu fighting. Those
Not
cats
quite
are
as fast as lightning.
Yeah, those cats are scared of lightning. Their skin is far from tightening. Their jackets have extra lining.
And their teeth need whitening.
I actually like old people, and if you can hear me now, please forgive them for that. OK.
Cane fu?
Cane fu?
Cane fu.
Cane fu. Cane fu, ladies and gentlemen. Bang! In the US, senior citizens are embracing a new self-defence method called cane fu. One technique is to hit attackers with your cane. Oh, that's about it. The cane can be used to thump your assailant, the end to poke their eyes, the hook to gouge their face, and the shattered shards to tap out an SOS when you're splayed out on the ground. It's perfect for when a mugger approaches in full view, stands in hitting range without moving and says, "I am a mugger." in a loud, clear voice. Mikey, Julia, Tony, you had the deodorant?
God.
The jeans? Those jean things.
Yeah, a bit woofy.
And this.
Oh. I don't want you to be left out tonight, Paul. They say we're young, we don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Won't find out until we grow.
I don't know, babe, if that's true. You got me, and baby, I got you. Babe,
I got you, babe. I got you, babe. I got you, babe.
Oh, God, I love
So
any...
this must be freaky. Sonny and Cher back together.
I love any show where you don't sing. 10 years strapped to this albatross.
Isn't it the other way around? Anyway, the albatross is strapped to you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, you play your games, I'll play mine. I've got a strap-on albatross. Hello.
OK. Do we have a solution to this question?
Ladies can cut through the aftershave, the deodorant, the shampoo smell, and they can find the actual scent of the man that drives them crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And most Friday nights, that scent is fear and desperation.
Can't rape the willing, doll.
Dear God. Dear God.
I am sitting here with a fake roll-on deodorant in my head trying to express appalled. It doesn't work. So, but
Anything you'd like to add to that, Tony? It's been a joyride for you, hasn't it?
Yeah.
From start to
This is. I feel like I was dreaming. I've had an excellent time. I can't even describe to people at home what happened. I was on a talk show with a presenter who hates his audience. But it was good. I mean, but it works though, you know. I'm like, it's good how you go. And they love you for hating them.
So that's basically our story. The scientists...
In order to procreate, women have to sniff them out nicely.
So there's something within women that will cut through all the smells of that we put on.
They have it.
Oh.
They go wild. I love it. Scientists in the US have discovered that women can sniff out biologically relevant information from a man's underarm sweat, even if he uses deodorant. They tested 32 different fragrances and only 2 blocked out the scent of male sweat from women. Roses and diamonds. Women can learn a lot from male body odours. If a man likes long walks on the beach, it smells salty. If a man reads Cosmo, he smells like pineapple juice. And men who like romantic Jennifer Aniston movies smell like popcorn, tears, and other men. Stay tuned, Wet Ones Fast Money is next.
It's good news week.
Here it is, the game our children will have to pay off Kevin Rudd's fast money. In Austria, Piggy, Lily, Freddie and Paulie are the stars of a new internet reality show. What's it called?
Oh, mow down the fans of the royal family.
Oh, Austria.
Sorry, wrong country.
Austria. We're miles away. Austria. Anybody know? Anybody know?
Hamster time?
Almost, very close.
Guinea pig time?
I'm going to give you 1 for that. Pig brother.
Oh, has he got the flu?
In Wisconsin, police caught 2 burglars by using DNA evidence they left at the scene. What was the evidence?
With fingers.
Bagsy! Chewing tobacco.
Thank you very much. She has it, a trail of chewing tobacco. They're killing it. Oh, back to you. In Serbia, a union official protesting over unpaid wages decided to show how desperate he was. What did he do? Yes?
You can
No,
say,
you
I
can't.
can't say it, I can't. He chopped off his finger and ate it.
Thank you very much. He chopped
Isn't it
off...
meant to be the other way round?
He
You
chopped
meant
off
to
his
take other
finger?
people's fingers off? That's not what union officials do.
I just got to say those crazy Serbs are at it again.
Ah, that's crazy.
OK.
Yes.
In Afghanistan, a suicide bomber hobbled into a heavily guarded compound and exploded his bombs. Where were they hidden?
In his artificial leg.
Thank you very much.
I tell you what, that's got to be the feel-good story of the year.
I will add that the only person he managed to blow up was himself.
Yes.
And he's now
Adam.
slowed me down going through airport security.
I'm going to throw this one over.
OK.
Oh.
Yeah.
Knock yourself out.
I'm not going to know it.
In Florida, an embarrassed sheriff has resigned after 21 years. Why?
Had his star on upside down.
No.
Is that the guy who held the guy who was going to see his mother? And
There was a guy that held a guy that was going to see his mother-in-law?
there was a guy, a famous sports guy in America, who was going to see his mother-in-law on her deathbed. He ran a red light, and the cop made him, you know, hey, you ran a light. He says, but I got to go in here because she's dying.
On the
He's
way
like, no,
out.
yeah. And she held him up for like a half an hour. He missed her by 15 minutes. Oh. And it's not like a joke.
That doesn't sound it.
Yeah.
It's not the story either.
Yeah. No, that's not
But
it.
Can we have a point for Tony just being part of the game?
No. Point there. Good point. Yeah. No, in fact, the sheriff's wife and mother-in-law took his patrol car for a joyride. I was a little embarrassed by that. So, in the lock-up tonight, Claire Hooper, Stephen K. Amos and Adam Hills scored a commendable 82 points. Bankrupting Mikey Robbins, Julia Morris and Tony Woods on 80 points. .com.au/BNW is the place. If you want to get the podcast, go behind the scenes or buy the new MasterChef recipe book, Cooking with Fingertips. So we say, Wayne, go away, come again another day, and leave you with the good news for the week ahead. Tomorrow, of course, is budget night, and so is every night for the next 2 or 3 years. Western Australia will go to the polls on daylight saving. Next year, it's letting chicks vote. Thursday will mark 25 years since the $1 coin was introduced, back when the Queen's head looked hot. Didn't mind having a few of her in my pocket. And Walk Safely to School Day will be followed by Who's That Strange Man? Run Like Hell Day. And Israel will celebrate its Independence Day with the traditional fireworks display over Gaza.